They have risked it all to play the biggest buy-ins of their life, and Samuel is one hand away from winning $1 million. I'm watching as everything is on the line. Welcome to Monaco.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mario Mosböck, his first Triton title here in the 40K Mystery Bounty.
Last year was amazing, and this year I brought my friends who are some of the best players in the world to compete in their first super high roller series.
This year I want to make sure you can come along to see how it is to play a Triton series, to see all the behind the scenes, because for me personally I love it. I love coming back. I love meeting all the staff, the players, the dealers, and I just want to show you how it is to play these events and how it is to be one of the players. The Mystery Bounty is a unique format where one part of the prize pool is the tournament and one part of the prize pool is the bounty element. For every player that you knock out, you get a bounty pool and you pull it at the end of the tournament.
Oh my God! $400,000!
And the mystery means that you don't know how much that mystery bounty is worth. So knocking someone out is really, really valuable, which makes this event very unique and very fun to play with. So last year was very, very special. I ran really, really hot. In the end, I was able to win the tournament and collect a total of 11 bounties. I won a tournament for about 750,000 and I pulled another 720 just in bounties. My first ever Triton title. I remember back then it really, really meant a lot and it still does today. So for me, coming back to Monaco, playing this event feels very, very special. So right behind us is the feature table and there is the final table of the $30,000 tournament. I have two friends up there, Paulius and Marius. They are second and fifth place, so it's a great starting point for them.
Orpin does end up checking back the river, and that'll be just fine by Paulie V as he takes a bite out of the chip leader.
I hope one of them wins it, so yeah, we can see it up there. It's special when you rail these events, like here up there you have the clock. There we can follow the action and see exactly stack sizes, so it's also really nice for the players and friends to watch one of these live final tables. So on the second day of the event, Tom, a very good friend of mine, was on the final table of the 25K. It looked like he might win, it went up and down. In the end he finished fifth place. It's his first Triton cash at his first final table. He was very excited. It's always fun because like the fields are decently sized. So like yesterday you had 180 players, but it's also quite likely that someone makes a deep run, makes a final table. So like you always have someone to look out for and someone to rail. Here it's the first time that most of my close friends, most of my guys that I work with, we all came here, we all brought them because they're brilliant poker players. And I think it's important to support them in their initial jump because it can be intimidating playing these events at the first time. In reality, they are very, very good. It feels like out of reach at first, but if you're really good at poker and you have the fundamentals right, this is just a process to grow for. You need to become comfortable playing these stakes, you need to become comfortable playing live in high pressure situations, and there's really no other way to get that than showing up and playing. Lee!
Mario!
Hello! Good, how are you?
Good, man.
Tell us a little about Triton.
Triton. What is it to say about Triton? We are at the Champions League of Poker, baby, with the Lionel Messi poker. That's what we're talking about.
Perfect. I pay you later for this one. So we are at the dinner break. One very interesting hand against Curtis, where I defend the big blind. It comes 6-5-4. With ace-8, I think I have mostly call. If I have a spade, I use it as a check raise. After it goes check-check, I think he has some 9s through checks, some ace-6, and some bluffs that he delays bluffs on the river. But when it goes to river, I believe I don't want to use this hand as a bluff. Ace high is just too good. He has some queen check of spades, some queen 10 of spades that he goes to showdown with, so I do have some showdown value. And after he bets, it's not as easy to have enough bluffs in my spot, because a lot of the 3s and 7s, I need to make sure the frequencies are in check, but a lot of them I would lead out bluff in the river. So I would need to turn some showdown value into a bluff. And I would rather bluff an ace high combo than a 4, 5 or 6, because with the 4, 5 or 6, I could also just bluff catch. So like I could just check call. It's very tricky to have the right frequencies here, but I think if I use ace 8, maybe ace 3, like these two combos, and then I have like all the king 4 offsuit, king 5 offsuit, king 6 offsuit. There's like quite a bit of full house combos, and then maybe some slow bet slats on the flop as well. So this hand was interesting. I got it through. I was sweating a little bit, so that was a fun hand.
Happens. Now I have 8 blinds. Last 8 blinds, and we play down to 39 players, so it's now 60 left. And then we have the 2, so I will spin it up.
Don't take them from us. The ladies. Cheese.
Not much more to say. Good night.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome from here at Sporting Monte Carlo in the Principality of Monaco. Coronations continue here at this regalia.
Welcome to day 2 of the mystery bounty. I didn't make it yesterday, unfortunately. On the other side, the 50k event number 4 started, so we will follow along there. But first, we meet Samuel to see how their days go.
I had a couple of very fortunate spots, already got 2 bounties, and now I have 2.5 million chips, which is plenty. And with the decisions I made, I had a couple of interesting and tough decisions as well, so I will look into it.
You see Joe Twen snap jam, and of course Muller always knew what he would do in this spot as he goes bounty hunting, and unfortunately the target is more so on his back. Doesn't want to get put to bed by a king here. Unfortunately, they're going to chop. Look at that. So now an 8 or a deuce to counterfeit the 2 pair, a jack to make a set to ruin Sam Muller's day. And instead, the river delivers a 6, and the poker gods deliver a generous double to Sam Muller.
Ren vaulting into the lead.
There she is.
Lady Gaga coming to his assistance. 8 needed. Doesn't find it.
Baby.
A dent in Sam Muller's stack. Even after losing that pot, he still holds the chip lead. But if he's to follow in the footsteps of his friend Mario Mosböck, he's going to need to hold in those spots.
We're down to the final table of the 40k mystery bounty. It is Austria's Samuel Muller way out in front in pole position here, looking to repeat what his good friend Mario Mosböck did here last year to take down the 40k mystery bounty as our chip leader.
It definitely does bring a lot of memories. I remember exactly a year ago, it was my second event here, was the 40k mystery bounty. It was right after the invitational where I got second place. Like, it was my biggest score ever with I think 2.7 million, but it also was a second place, and my dream was always to win a Triton trophy. So like getting that close, I also was chip leading in the heads up and then lost to Dan Smith. So I was very bummed, and then just 2 days later I got to come on the final table and close it out on a Triton final table. So now seeing Samuel is just brilliant to watch as a friend, because it just means something different. It just means that you're one of the best players in the world, that you arrived. Samuel is definitely one of them. He will win a Triton event eventually, so I'm not worried about that. He just wants to do it as soon as possible, and watching him do it is just fantastic. All right, so now we are heads up in the 40k mystery bounty. There are 2 friends of mine, Roman on one side and Samuel on the other side. It could either be Samuel's first Triton win ever or Roman's second one, because he won the main event in Jeju this year. Roman has the slight chip advantage, but they still play for a $250,000 difference plus 2 bounty pools tomorrow. So the smallest bounty tomorrow is $40,000 and the biggest one $400,000. Very excited to see who's gonna end up taking it down. So we'll go check it out.
Suited, greets him on the button. Check back from Hrabic, who flops top pair against an open ender and a diamond draw. Top 2 pair rather. Checks it over. Rasty, this is hazardous. I'm guessing Roman's not in the mood to just flat this thing.
Yeah.
So he check jams, and Muller does bring his chips forward. Way too much equity to sit this one out. Hrabic squinting, trying to figure out what is it that led to such a quick call, and he realizes the threats to top 2 are very real. One of them needs to show up for Sam to fight on, and instead it's a queen. And with that, Roman Hrabic is your champion in the 40K mystery bounty, claiming title number 2 and the lion's share of the payout. A deal was struck, $587,000, the actual takedown.
Overall, I'm very happy with how I played. Roman took a couple of guys out and had a big stack as well, and yeah, he's a well-deserved champion. I ended up winning 7 bounties, so we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to it. We have a couple very lucky people here that are going to pull the bounties, including myself. So yeah, we have high hopes for tomorrow.
Okay, that's a wrap. The first CoinPoker vlog that we've ever filmed. Make sure to hit the follow, make sure to ask all the questions you want, and I want to make sure we have the best content. So just ask the questions and we will try to implement it for the next ones. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.